dear, I've got a comment here. I'm going to read to you here in a moment. Oh dear, oh dear.
Anyway. Doesn't have very nice words.
Oh dear. Okay. Here's a good one. Helen Giovanni says, "Hello. While collecting a male, do you believe that only?" Well, we're talking about the syringe that you might use to store semen in preparation for shipping it, and a common syringe has a neoprene black plunger on it, and people are worried about that being detrimental to semen. And the answer is that some people are latex allergic, and neoprene too.
Tape, yeah.
Yep. So, but what we do is we collect in a cup, we put it into a whirl pack, which gets shipped to you in a whirl pack in our shipmate product, and then you use a syringe to pull it up and put it in. The length of time that the semen would be in contact with the plunger, just not an issue at all, I can promise you that. Now, it's possible that if you're shipping it in a plunger, that might be a problem. So I have read about that, I've never experienced it, and I don't use that anymore, so probably okay. I just wouldn't use a plunger for shipping it. Somebody here is not a fan of the fluffy look. The old school hair is just more my alley, but they're pretty pups, those guys. Well, there you go. Exactly right. I mean,
everybody's eye appeal's different. That's what makes the world go around.
And I mean, there's a person with a great comment about how they feel about it in a polite and normal conversation, and we totally agree that you should have your own decision about what beauty is. It is in the eye of the beholder, certainly not for everybody. So, yep.
As my dad always say, it's a face that only a mother can love.
That's what my mother said about me.
Yeah.
I don't think that was very nice. Brian 12281 says, "Is a progesterone test?" Yeah. Is a progesterone test and reverse progesterone test the same thing? Just watch your numbers go down to the exactly. So it's exactly the same test. You draw blood, you pull serum, you do the test on it, you find out what the progesterone level is. What happens is a dog that is going into heat, progesterone levels start rising. When it's been AI, typically they're about 15, it then climbs like crazy and it stays, regardless of whether they've been AI'd or not, for the next 60 days, the number's like above 20, maybe as high as 50 or 60, and then it starts to dramatically drop as you get to the point of whelp. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a number that's less than 3 to be safe to take puppies, and it's exactly the same test. We had one about Tammy over being in what she called the fast lane. C. Dean's Frenchie's dog said, "Left lane is for passing."
That's just one opinion.
Not saying anymore.
It's fall, isn't it?
It keeps acting like it's but I think it's going to stay there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's just one.
Oh, well, then Brian 1281 actually asked one about progesterone. He's got another one in here. I had 2 litters prior when I kept the pups separated from mum, and it's a lot of work and stress. You got that right. Just had 3 litters and purchased your heated whelping system. All I can say is in capitals, thank you. So much easier, and the pups thrive better than my other litters. If anybody's considering purchasing the heated whelping system, do it. Yes, you got it. Exactly right. It's like put mums and babies together in a safe environment. That's what a heated whelping system does.
The way it's supposed to be.
We've got
the most natural thing you can do.
We've got Chanel's litter. She went off to a concert this weekend. She brought Nova and her babies. They are 10 days old. They are in our heated whelping system in the kitchen.
Yep.
And other than the fact that we took them out to do a FaceTime for somebody, I've peeked in there to make sure everybody's happy.
And fat and happy.
Fat and happy and quiet.
And Mama's happy.
Mama's happy.
She goes out to potty, does her job, comes
she's
right back in,
inside.
and she jumps right back in there with those babies because that's where she wants to be.
Yep. The only I could manage to get her out yesterday. I had to entice her with some chicken, some fresh chicken. She came out for that. She wasn't coming out for anything else. She's like, I'm here with my babies. Chicken maybe.
Chanel may be having to do chicken for Nova here lately in the next few days because we gave her some chicken.
Well, Dan
Roasted
says,
chicken.
"Hey, we're not that smart here in the United States. Can you use centimeters or inches and Fahrenheit for your website?" Yeah, absolutely. If you're ordering, I'm not sure quite what the question is, but if you're ordering products from Overage Supply, you can put it in inches or centimeters. We understand both.
Look at that. I wonder what they're hauling.
Something big.
No kidding. It's quite an expensive rig.
AOK says you are forgetting one of the most common issues for why a mother is rejecting pups or becoming aggressive and restlessness in a whelping box is calcium deficiency.
So he was coming over in that lane.
So always have Oracal on hand. Try this first. She may be a great mom. One says calcium levels are balanced. Well, fair enough. I don't. Yeah, I mean, look, if mum's having calcium deficiency, she can get a milk eclampsia. She can not feel good, and you can have all kinds of problems. So, absolutely, I think that it's probably a good idea. Never used Oracal, but I think that what we typically use is cottage cheese. I think Oracal is probably better. At what age? Sorry, it dropped the phone on you. There we go. At what age are male pups generally fertile? My 5-month-old male, I've got my 5-month-old male generally away from my girl that's in need. Well, I mean, that's probably wise. I don't think a 5-month-old's going to get anywhere with it. Certainly AKC says if you want to use a stud dog to breed, it has to be 7 months or older. I've never had one at 7 months that could do anything.
I've heard of 7 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how good it was, but
right.
They claimed that he was producing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, there's a difference between
just check it out and see.
There you go.
The numbers.
I mean, if you want your dog to be a stud dog, then start working with him. When the first time you have a female heat at 6 months old, see what his reaction is. Get to working with him. Make it a pleasurable experience. Well, there's a nice one. Never stop making vids. I don't even breed yet, and you two have made me the master. Oh, well, good. Here's what I was laughing about. I did look at these before I started reading them. Here's somebody. Kip Skip says, "What the F am I?" And it was spelled out, not F. What the F am I watching it? And why is this incredibly educational? Hey.
There's an on and off button.
That's right. There's how many videos do you think there are on?
For your comments.
Yeah, how many videos do you think there are on YouTube?
You have a good day.
I mean, 1 billion. That's 1 out of 1 billion. I mean, that particular one you've got there is.
Just because your day's sorry and you wake up every morning not in a wonderful mood.
It wasn't.
Don't take it out on everybody
No, I wasn't the way I was
else.
heading with this, Tammy. Come on now. No. No, but the point here is that, look, that was actually one of us breeding a dog, and I understand that might not be something that you want to watch with the kids, at supper time.
You turn your.
It's supper time.
You turn your.
And these days, those type of videos, they do get a moniker against them that says not suitable for everybody. So we don't want. I mean, we do have some videos. Oops, sorry, buzzing around here. I'm just going to hold it. We do have some videos that are definitely not for children's consumption, and we do mark those ones. But we never try to. We've had a few titles in the past that were put by somebody who was doing some of the titling. It was a bit titillating. We don't do that anymore. We haven't done that for many, many years. So I think the answer is hopefully it's useful information. If it's not, don't watch it. Okay, how long are we into this? We're 9 minutes into this. Someone's talking about Susan Brocksmith. I use the brand Neat and Dry extra large. I think we're talking about pee pads. Less expensive, absorb, and are mostly about cleaning. She's talking that she's also bothered by pine pellets. Yeah, so we're not sure we're an advocate of the pine pellets here. Chanel tried that on that litter, and the pine pellet dust is a bit of a problem actually. So anyway, Neat and Dry. So Susan says Neat and Dry, extra large are good. I know one thing: you need extra large whatever you do.
Yeah, I prefer my drop down in the other on the tray between the grate. The medium cage is great to clean up. The great big one is a little harder. So if you got bigger litters, you may want to get 2 or 3 of those if you have the room in the home to be able to put 3 in one and 3 in another and 4 in one. So
somebody's talking here, I've read about this, about using artificial grass. So Full Frenchie says we use a quality artificial grass and have puppy pads underneath. We put it at one end of the puppy area and the puppies catch on pretty quickly. Time 8 weeks old, they're pretty well potty trained. Then there's some replies to that. Let's see what the replies say. Well, how do you clean the artificial grass? Well, presumably you take it outside with a garden hose and wash it off. Somebody else. So what we do is we have a 22 by 4 foot section that we clean with Kenisol every night, and we spot clean odor band during the day. We find it's the best to have 2 sections of grass so they can always have section clean and puppies never go without it. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, I like this idea. I mean, you know, artificial grass, you know, it's teaching the puppies to go on the grass. Maybe that teaches them when they go outside that they're in the right place. I like this idea. I think I want to give it a shot. So I think we'll do this and we'll report back to you. Not sure which litter it's going to happen to. It might be a little while, but I think generally that's not a bad idea. Okay, there's one more that I was going to answer here. Okay, we're going to finish with this one. When do your clients get to pick their pups they have put deposits on, or see them to pick them up? So let's just talk about this a little bit, because I think this is a kind of a useful thing to talk about.
There's some people that go ahead and do deposits before they're born, and I guess they're rated as 1, 2, and 3. But we've never done early deposits. We've always do a video right after they're born, like right there in the vet's office, and then when we bring them home the next day, do another video, and people start calling us, and then we FaceTime. So once they pick out that puppy and say, that's the one I want, that's
well, let's talk about the purpose of deposits. So the idea behind the deposit is that you're getting a puppy obviously off a litter. And so there's 2 different kinds of deposits. There's the kind of deposit that we take that says, this is going to be your puppy, you've already elected for this puppy. And then it's a kind of deposit that is a deposit before the puppy's even born that says, I'm getting a particular puppy out of this litter. We don't do that. Lots of people do it.
What they do is if they don't produce what they're really wanting, then they roll it over to the next litter.
Right. So it's sort of so you've got to decide. I mean, as the owner of the litter and the buyer of the puppy, you've got to make sure that everybody's on board with what's going on here, because
understands.
Because they're different things. So here's the problem that we have. If you say to somebody, oh, you get first choice of the litter, right? They put a deposit down, you get first choice of the litter. Here's the problem you run into. We don't do this, by the way, and we don't do this primarily because if you give somebody first choice of litter, the next thing that happens is they don't want to make a choice for some time, and it holds everybody else up. You can't sell a single puppy in that litter or get a new home for that puppy until the first person's made their choice, right? And that just sucks. I mean, for us, it sucks. And for everybody else who's lining up wanting a puppy, it sucks. We don't do that. But lots of people do.
I used to have people say, well, can we wait 2 weeks? And it's like, no, you can't wait 2 weeks.
No. So this is what we do. We show the puppies, and it is literally first come, first serve. Here's the puppies. The moment there's a puppy in there that you decide that you want, give us a deposit, that puppy's then yours. Right, Tammy? Mm-hmm. Right. And nothing happened. So that moment that happens, so all the puppies at birth, they're all available. Nobody's got first pick. First come, first serve. Give us a deposit, that puppy is yours. Then the next thing that can happen is you don't know what the puppies are because you don't have DNA yet. So then we have a darn good idea about what the range of DNA could be, and we price that accordingly. This is either example would be a blue and tan that carries cocoa, or it's a lilac. The lilac's Y price, the other one's an X price. And if you're happy with that, then go ahead and give us a deposit, and then you pay us the appropriate amount depending on what the DNA says. So that's the way we handle that one. If you're not comfortable with that, then don't buy the puppy until you've got the full DNA, because that way nobody's going. We do not want to. Well, we are not going to get in the situation that we've sold you a dog and we've given you the incorrect DNA. Now,